Hey guys, Thunderstud here, and we are finally getting to Volcanics. Now, I thought it wouldn't be any good at all, but it's better than I thought thanks to the skill Blaze Accelerator Deployment, and thanks to this card actually being way better than I thought it would be. It's Volcanic Scatter Shot. This card is sent to the graveyard, inflict 250 damage to your opponent. It used to be, or I guess it still is, 500 damage in the TCG, but that would be, you'd get one-turn KOs with even this very deck if these were normal effects. So Konami's cut this in half just for Duel Links, and he inflicts 250 damage to your opponent. This card is sent to the graveyard by a Blaze Accelerator card. You send 2 more scatter shots from anywhere back to the graveyard. You destroy all your opponent's monsters, and then their effects trigger to do another 250, so it's 750 total. Very, very strong card for this archetype. I didn't think this would be the good one. There's other ultra rares that aren't as good as this guy. So we're also using Shell too. They do about the same thing. They can get tossed away by a Blaze Accelerator or a Tri-Blaze Accelerator. This is the one that requires you use a smaller monster with 500 or less attack, and this one just needs the Pyro, but it also do 500 damage to your opponent. Now I am running 22 cards because I wanted more copy of this card, Royal Firestorm Guards. I was running 20 with just 1 copy, but he just works really well with the deck. If this card is normal summon, target 4 Pyro monsters in your graveyard, shuffle all 4 into the deck, then draw 2 cards. So it does a few things. If he was to banish those cards from the graveyard and draw 2, I wouldn't even use this card. It's the fact that he's putting the cards back into the deck. We can put our scatter shots back into the deck, draw into him again, scatter shot again. That's way more damage. It's a really strong combo. But if you're trying to slim this down, because it is at 22 cards, maybe take out the 1 Tri-Blaze Accelerator and just write off the skill, because it's just so good. It lets you lay over your normal Blaze Accelerator with a Tri-Blaze Accelerator from outside of your deck, and you can do it twice per duel. So we have 6 ways to get to a Blaze Accelerator with Volcanic Rocket. I had to use a Dream Ticket to get my 3rd of this guy, and then I used some gems, or I used my Dream Ticket to get my 2nd, and then I used some gems to get my 3rd, because the box only takes it takes like half the amount of gems. So I just dug for it and got it. I was actually pretty close already having dug through the box. But anyway, he searches this card. So we have 6 copies of this card. This card is all you need for the skill. It's what I love about Duel Links. If we didn't have this skill, this deck wouldn't be anywhere near as good, but we do have the skill, so it's pretty viable. It's not great. Some decks have nothing they can do against this deck, and some decks have no problem fighting this deck, so it's not the best, but it's still super fun. And finally, the last, or not the last, but this is Volcanic Doomfire. He's our boss monster. He needs a Tri-Blaze Accelerator on the field to special summon, so you just send it off the field. Obviously, one that you get with your skill can work too, but it's just, he's a 3k that just jumps out with your skill. It's a 1-card 3k, or I guess 2 with him in your hand. But during your opponent's battle phase, so if that sentence wasn't there, it'd be much better with this second half. Your opponents must attack this monster with any attack position monsters they control. So he doesn't force your opponent to go into the battle phase though, so if they just skip the battle phase, they won't have to swing into you. But when this card destroys a monster by battle, sends it to the graveyard, destroy all monsters your opponent controls, and inflict 500 damage for each monster you destroy this way. So it's just a really fast second turn deck. It does a lot of damage, does a lot of target destruction, does a lot of effect damage. It's just crazy out there. So we're using Kiteroid to survive until we get our opponent to really overextend into us, get a lot on the field, a lot of stuff we can destroy. But Kiteroid also works well with the ultimate card we got, Volcanic Wall. This is the final card from Axel. Once per turn, you send 3 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard. If you do, inflict 250 damage to your opponent for each Pyro monster sent to the graveyard by this effect. You can't attack the turn you do it. You can't attack the turn you use any of these cards' effects, but it's a continuous spell card, guys. You just keep using it. It pumps out tons of damage. You're putting tons of Pyro monsters into the graveyard. When you're putting Scatter Shot in the graveyard, it's doing more damage. Then you go into your Firestorm Guards, return all those monsters back into your deck, and keep milling them out with the Volcanic Wall. Really fun deck. If you want to slim it down to 21 cards, you could get rid of that Tri-Blaze Accelerator. You want it to 20 cards, get rid of a Royal Guard. Now you're at 20 cards, nice and streamlined. Get to your Blaze Accelerator easier. But you can do it the way I had it with the 22 also. Gives you a little more depth. And you just have searches, you have mills, you're getting all over the place. So it's really, you get through the deck very quickly. But better than I thought it was. Doesn't mean it's great or good or anything, but way better than I thought it was and really fun. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing a Sartorius. Going first. Our boy was trying to get a rank up here, but he's gonna get burned. He's got a floodgate trap hole mat, so that guy's telling you he's out to hurt you. But we're starting with Volcanic Wall. Fantastic way to start. We're gonna mill. We mill a Volcanic Scattershot, a shell, and a pyro, or a rocket, I should say. That's 1,000 damage with that one card. First turn, guys, we set our Scattershot. We got a flame or a firestorm guard waiting to return all those pyro. Get that second pyro in there, another 250 damage. Boy's gonna try to swing at us, but we're gonna hit him with a Kiteroid, so we take no damage. 2,750 is all I have left. You get to use Volcanic Wall each turn. We mill 2 more pyros. It's 500 damage. We get a Volcanic Shell back to our hand. Now check this out, guys. What a turn this is gonna be. We're gonna normal summon Flame Guard. Grab 4. Gotta get those scatter shots back in the deck. Now if we didn't draw into our Volcanic Shell, let's say we drew into the scatter shot, one of the scatter shots we returned, we would have really popped off. So imagine this is a scatter shot, and you'll see the difference that would have made for this turn. But we get a little unlucky and we're going 3 shells. So anyway, we draw into our Blaze Accelerator, we destroy the Twin Barrel. That's gonna trigger a Desperado Barrel. We switch to a Tri-Blaze Accelerator. Should have did that before I destroyed the Twin Barrel and did the extra 500 damage. But now we're here. We do that first 500, a second Desperado Barrel Dragon. We have 1 more Pyro. If this was the Scatter Shot, we could have used our Shells effect to add another shell to our hand, then we would add 2 more, because you know, after we use our Tri-Blaze Accelerator here, he has a 3rd Desperado Barrel Dragon. If we didn't get unlucky and draw into our shell, we could have used our Shells effect. We could have had a 3rd. We could have destroyed all 3 of his Desperado Barrel Dragons in 1 turn. We could have got it, we low-key could have got him to within 250 if I'd used my Tri-Blaze Accelerator right, and we didn't draw into that shell. But I'll stop talking about what could have been, we're talking about what's happening. So I go for the Kiteroid. You gotta use the Kiteroid quick, because Misjudge can potentially stop it. Here, she does not, so we are protected. We still have 1900 life. We'll only gotta get to 1250, guys. We're gonna start with our Volcanic Wall. Misjudge is gonna try to stop it, and she does. So we missed the Volcanic Wall this turn, but it's okay, because we can use our Tri-Blaze Accelerator, throw away our Volcanic Rocket, destroy his Desperado Barrel Dragon. Now he's within 750, guys. We have another Kiteroid in our hand, so we're not scared of this Misjudge. Necro Valley's devastating, so now we can't banish our Kiteroid. We only have 1 instance of a Kiteroid. He destroys our Volcanic Wall. We can't hit him with the Volcanic Wall next turn. Misjudge trying to stop Kiteroid for game. Does not work. Kiteroid saves us. Remember, we can't banish the Kiteroid thanks to Necro Valley, so this duel's really popping off. 200, 750. We get Scatter Shot, guys. Top decking that Scatter Shot is absolutely over. We're going to throw it away with this Tri-Blaze. That's going to do an immediate 500. We just have to survive this Misjudge, and we do. So an immediate 500, triggering Scatter Shot. It's going to be another 250. He throws 2 more Scatter Shots too, so it's going to be even more damage. But the first 250 is all it takes. Fantastic duel, guys. Great stuff. Alright, here we are facing an Aster Phoenix. Going first. I almost said second. He's got 30 cards for sure over there. 30 card balance. We're starting with Volcanic Wall. We have a Volcanic Rocket and a Scatter Shot in hand. So this is really going to be a duel for us. We do mill a Scatter Shot in 2 of our Doomfires. That's a full amount of damage to that boy. 1,000 damage to him. Would have been 2,000 if these effects were normal. Actually, it might have been even more. It could have been like close to 3,000. Our boy is playing Witchcrafters, guys. I hate Witchcrafters. You may know that about me. I do not like them whatsoever, and I like to clap them. And they really can't do much against this deck. This deck has so much destruction, such win cons over swinging. It just really works out. So we're going to use our Blaze Accelerator after we use our Volcanic Wall to do 250 more damage. We throw away Scatter Shot to do 500, destroying the Varay. He's going to trigger something, doesn't really matter, because Scatter Shot's still going to go off. He's going to hit him for 250, and he's going to mill 2 more Scatter Shots. Or no. There's already a scatter shot in there, so he just hits him for 250. It's down to 2,000 life points. Brings his Madame Beret back. We switched our rocket to defense, so we were already anticipating this move. Uses collaboration, buffs up her attack, 3.8k. But we have Kiteroid, guys. Kiteroid's gonna save us. We're not worried. That's a Kiteroid from the grave that we milled with our Volcanic Wall, no less. We take the 1,000 damage. This is no big deal. Get another scatter shot. Volcanic Wall mills 2 shells. That's another 500 damage. We use Tri-Blaze. That's another 500 damage. Mill scatter shot to do it. That's another 250. So he's down to 750, and we keep destroying his beret. Tri-Blaze Accelerator once again after we use the shell. Don't get the damage this time though because he moves the monster to a beret. I think all we gotta do is use shell again and we'll be able to destroy that beret again. I don't know if we have another shell though. No, we don't. All the shells are in the graveyard. They should be. Yep, all 3. But that's okay. Here our boys going with a Raiden, going into a synchro of Onimaru. But while Onimaru cannot be destroyed by my Tri-Blaze Accelerator, he does not gain his 6,000 attack. So, he's not that scary monster, and obviously Kiteroid has our back. So now we're gonna hit him with the Volcanic Wall, and guess what? We pretty much only have Pyro monsters left in our deck. He tries to bring out a monster, we hit him with 3 Pyro monsters, and that is lethal. Exactly. Great stuff. Alright, here we are facing a Zane Truesdale. Going first. Let's see what our boys got first. We got Tri-Blaze Accelerators, we got normal Blaze Accelerators, and a Kiteroid versus Cyber Dragons. So our opponent's going first, that's good for us. Let him build this field so we can tear it down. It's going straight. Building his field, guys. He's really building his field. He's going into a Rampage Dragon. Milling out more. Setting some cards. Oh no, this is second turn. Sorry, I passed my first turn. That's why he's going so hard. So we have a Kiteroid to land on, though. Not gonna hit us for lethal. Didn't want to swing with his core. Or no, you can only swing with your Overlord Fusion. So here we get our Blaze Accelerator. We're going to use the Tri-Blaze Accelerator from our hand. Throw away a shell. Destroy a Rampage. Use that shell. Right back in our hand. Throw it away again. Here he's going to use his Cyberload Fusion. Bring out another Rampage Dragon. No idea why he didn't destroy my Tri-Blaze Accelerators. It only set cards. No, you just target spell cards. So he could have destroyed that. He should have destroyed that because now he's destroyed. Down to 3,000 though. He's already used Cyber Style. Goes for a Storm. Now he destroys my Tri-Blaze Accelerator. Has to just set a card. Top deck into our Volcanic Doomfire, and with this awesome skill, that's an immediate 3k. You even get a cutscene of this boy. This is like an old box card too. It's the weirdest thing. People were always scared Volcanics or Axel was never going to be a thing because all his cards, his Ace Monster, was in a box. So people didn't think we'd get him. Here we are, giving a scatter shot. We're swinging for 3k and hitting for lethal. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Crowler, going second. Starting with the Rocket, we also have a Firestorm Guard. Chillin'. We're facing an old school ancient gear. So to search a fortress, end his turn. Here we got a Blaze Accelerator top deck, but we're going to get another with our Volcanic Rocket, or we would have if we weren't Ultimate Providence. So it's good that we hit the Blaze Accelerator with that top deck. We play it, then play the Tri-Blaze with our skill. Very good skill. Then we're going to bring out our Volcanic Doomfire outright. We're not going to try to destroy the Wyvern because we want what we have in our hands. So we bring out our Volcanic Doomfire. I want to keep this Firestorm, so we don't use it on that boy. We just do 1,000 damage, I'll take it. He's going to set another card, but I think that's all she wrote for him as we top deck a Blaze Accelerator and hit him for lethal. Great stuff. Alright, here we are facing a Yami Yugi. We're going first. Looks like 30 cards for our boy. It's actually only 24 cards. So we have our Tri-Accelerator. It needs the normal Blaze Accelerator, but we also have our Volcanic Rocket, who's going to search that Blaze Accelerator. Then we use our skill to deploy over it, bring out our Volcanic Doomfire. We do, in fact, have a cutscene for it, so that's actually pretty cool. We've had this monster for a really long time. I now understand why Konami couldn't give us Volcanics, because Scattershot was just way too strong. He would have been strong even with just a bad version of this deck if he wasn't cut in half. Now it's cut in half, Konami can bring it over, and here we are. So he sets a monster, we're going to set a Scattershot. He brings out a Fortress Warrior, we swing over it twice. Volcanic Doomfire did not destroy it. I swung with him first because I didn't want to trigger Destiny Draw potentially later. Using an Ocean Man with the power of the Guardians, so really just trying to stall us out. But of course, we have target destruction as soon as we get another Blaze Accelerator. Using Neil Space. And there it is, our second Blaze Accelerator. I should have put the Tri-Accelerator over it first, because then we would have done a bit of damage, but I don't accidentally want to do too much damage to a Destiny Draw. So, you know, not the greatest deck. I wouldn't want to cog with it, but you can flex on your friends, like your friends who play Witchcrafters, or some, if anyone has friends who plays Witchcrafters, they'll have a really hard time beating this deck. So, yeah, things you can add if you want to get more defensive. You can add Box or Veil, bunch of hand traps, Sphere Boys, let your opponent really overextend, and then you can just punish their field with your monsters and spell cards. So, yeah, fun deck, guys. I was really surprised at how viable Volcanics were now. So it will get you wins. It's a consistent enough win con to be a decent deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.